presentation of Fox Sports.
We are the Force. We are MC.
Royals baseball from Cleveland, where the Indians have won 21 in a row, and the Royals have just 17 to go. They begin their final road trip of the regular season, and with a loss yesterday to the White Sox, now the Royals have 3 teams to pass. They are 4 games back in the American League wild card. Hi everyone, welcome back to the ballpark with Rex Hudler. I'm Ryan Lefevre. The Royals need wins. The last time they were here, they didn't even score 1 run. The Indians, if they win, it'll be the second longest winning streak in the history of the game.
Certainly an amazing streak that they're on. Now, the Royals not scoring any runs in 3 games last time we were here, that's not going to happen again. Can't see it. But their 21-game winning streak, incredible. And as a professional baseball player, you're paid to win games, and that's exactly what they're doing. They only trailed in 4 of 189 innings? Come on, boy, that's just dominant. They're on a roll, but let's see if Jake can shake them up here.
Yeah, in the big picture, the Royals need to win, but really what they need tonight is some innings from their starting pitcher. Fox Sports Kansas City is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all, for less.
Jake Hughes has a lot of positives going right in this direction here, but I'll tell you, one of the most impressive things he's done for our Kia in the driver's seat is look cool, calm, and collected. Can he maintain that composure in a playoff atmosphere in Cleveland? Let's wait and see.
He doesn't walk many. Josh Tomlin doesn't walk any, especially against the Royals lately. He'll be making the start for the Indians tonight. for the Royals. The last time they were here, they were swept and didn't score a run. The lineups in the first pitch are coming up next. Mostly overcast, but now that's breaking up, and a huge crowd is filing in as the Royals and Indians begin a 4-game series. Here's the Royals lineup tonight. Royals just finished the homestand with a disappointing 3-4 record. They are 7-6 in the month of September. This is their final road trip of the regular season, and it's a long one, 11 games in 12 days. And they'll begin by facing Josh Tomlin. He spent the entire month of August on the disabled list with a left hamstring problem. So he is making his 23rd start tonight. He is making his 4th start against the Royals, and he's been good. His ERA is under 2 against the Royals this season.
He's an excellent pitcher, Rhino. There's no doubt. He knows how to hit his spots. But there's what he did against the Royals in the 3 starts this season. Fastball, curveball, cut fastball, changeup. Now, they're close to the same percentages as he's thrown all over the entire season. So he's good, but you know that ERA is over 5, and you saw the opponent average against him, 293. The Royals can get him. They know it, believe it. Defensively, the Indians, they are a good defensive team. The defensive team allowed first unearned runs during the streak yesterday, but you know what, though? Overall, they're tied with the Royals in fielding percentage, with both teams just at 68 errors on the season. So they're both good fielding teams, obviously. And he's got a pretty good fastball, but not overpowering. He's going to hit his spots with it. And when he misses like that, hitters can't. Look at Whitley's face right there. He's like, oh man, I would have liked to have gotten that one. It's got some sink to it.
Up and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Witt was just 1 out of 8 in the Royals White Sox series, but he hit .318 on the homestand. Tomlin gets a pop-up. Ramirez at second base makes the play, 1 down. It has been a long time since the Royals have scored a run against the Indians. Over 28 innings. The Royals were here in late August and were swept in a 3-game series and were shut out in all 3 games. So first things first, they just need to score a run here.
That's right. But you know, this is the kind of pitcher that the Royals really thrive off of, because he throws strikes. There's 13 walks of the 502 batters he's faced, man. That's incredible. He loves to throw strikes, and the Royals, being an aggressive offense like that, they're going to attack.
Out into left center field, and Almonte takes charge late. 2 down. So here are some of those numbers. HUD mentioned the opponent's batting average, which on the surface is high. When you're talking about just under 300, that's the 4th highest in the American League with 20 or more starts, but he makes up for it with the walks. 13 is the fewest among American League pitchers with at least 20 starts.
Yeah, when you look at that number, and he's not overpowering his average on his fastballs, 87, thinking, man, how does other offenses not mop him up? But it's because he can pitch. He has really good command with his fastball. He can put it where he wants it. 4-2 seam fastball. 4-seam fastball stays straight. 2-seamer has a little bit of run to it, sinking down.
One and 2 on Melky. He was hitless in the White Sox series. They held him to 0 for 10. And he was 2 out of 23 on the homestand. Cut fastball over the outside, and Tomlin gets the Royals in order to begin the game. Jake Junis will be making his 13th start of the year and his first start against Cleveland. It's a 21-game winning streak, which is tied for the 2nd longest in Major League history. They have been pitching, as you'd imagine. They have the lowest ERA in the American League, and they've been hitting. Our Kubota Power stats, there's 5 hitters who are hitting over 350 during the streak. Lindor at 370, and Jose Ramirez, who was a huge surprise for the Indian success last year. He leads away at 388. And here's Jacob Junis. He is 7-2. When he starts this year, the Royals are 9-3.
Love the numbers. Those numbers are the most impressive. Get out there and do whatever it takes to get a win. Now, going deep in the game would be nice. Nowadays, you're talking 5-6 innings. That's deep. And hopefully, Jake can do that here. And under this pressure here with the home crowd breathing down his neck. All the pressure. Throw strikes. Pop them up. And you know, it's important because the first get off to a good start for Junis, because during this time here, as you see Jacob Junis with his slider percentage thrown 31%, opponent's only hitting 200 off of that. It's a good breaker that goes straight down. That's what he'll use when he's looking for a strikeout, like in this situation here.
Two and one on Lindor. He has 30 home runs. He had 15 last year, and that was a career high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that's a new Indians record for a shortstop.
It's impressive. He's able to recognize his pitches at an early age, early stage in his career.
It's not just an Indians record, but it's pretty historic as far as Major League history. There have only been 3 shortstops who have hit 30 home runs by age 23. Hosmer lost his balance, but Junis gets to the bag in front of Lindor. Alex Rodriguez, Nomar Garcia-Parra, and now Francisco Lindor, the only shortstops in Major League history with 30 home runs by the age of 23.
Yeah, that's great company right there. Forward around the horn Royals defense. 24 combined outfield assists between the outfielders that are out there. That's nice. So if they challenge you on the bases, throw them out. Moose, Escobar, Merrifield, left to right, Haas, Salvi. It's the Royals A lineup.
Lonnie Chisenhall hits a shot over the Royals dugout, and thank goodness for the protective screen. Several Royals went scrambling, but that was after the fact. If there was no screen, someone would be in trouble.
Yep. There was a time when there was no screen. You had to really pay attention. Anyways, important game as most of them are, you know, as a matter of fact. But against the Indians during their streak, man, gosh, innings 1 through 3, they've outscored their opponents 68-13. So it's important for Jake to get established in the early part of the game. Try to keep them off the board if you can. This is a red hot team, but they've been doing most of their damage against their opponents early.
Out to Witt, and Junis has 2 ground ball outs.
And his other pitches besides that slider are a good fastball, change-up combination. Mix in some curves. Averages 91.2 miles an hour with his fastball. He can top 93. We've seen that, but he's more comfortable in the low 90s, right there, or 90.
Strike to Jose Ramirez. He has proven that last year was not a fluke. Our Academy Sports and Outdoors leaderboard. This is a very interesting list to be a part of. Switch hitters with a 300 average and 80 or more extra base hits. Last year was supposed to be the breakout season for Jose Ramirez. He had 11 home runs, 76 driven in. He has 26 home runs this year, and he goes down and gets that one, and it's going to drop over Escobar. Ramirez is on with 2 outs.
Yeah, right along there with old Ripper Collins. Did you see Ripper's in there?
I saw Ripper.
That's a pretty good nickname, huh? All right, that's his real name. That's a great baseball name. Now watch this. Good pitch here. How do you do that? Well, he just has a knack to take his hands right to the ball. 92 underneath the strike zone. Nothing wrong with that pitch. Good hit.
Edwin Encarnacion has another 30 home run season. It is his 6th consecutive 30 home run season. He's the only current major leaguer who can claim that. And after a slow month and a half, he has been exactly what the Indians hoped he would be. call hung. Encarnacion thought it was inside. John Tumpane is the home plate umpire. It's 0-2.
Typically, when you have a good slider like Junis does, you want that pitch to finish down and away, off of the plate, just down. But he uses it at the top of the strike zone a lot, I notice. It kind of fools a hitter. They're not used to seeing him up there either. You know, you hear Ned, you talked about Encarnacion with his 30 home run seasons. Ned always talks about he has a track record. He'll get to it. Early on, you know, they were a little disappointed in him, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and he's ended up getting around his numbers. Impressive. That's why they hired him.
Encarnacion asks for an appeal. No swing. Says Lance Barksdale. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, he's up there with the best in the major leagues as far as putaways with his slider. Encarnacion lays off of it. I mean, you're talking about some of the elite sliders in the game. 2 guys with the Indians: Carrasco, Kluber, Max Scherzer, Carlos Martinez.
It's an impressive list, but he's got to get this out right here. Don't face Jay Bruce. Beautiful.
Hop to Escobar. And the inning is over. So Cleveland is scoreless in the bottom of the first. Josh Tomlin will get Salvador Perez. Salvi also homered yesterday. The showstopper last night, at least in Minneapolis, was Eddie Rosario. That's a walk-off home run against San Diego in the 10th inning. Minnesota wins 3-1. San Diego had rallied late to tie the game. And that, coupled with the Royals' loss to the White Sox, dropped the Royals to 4 games back in the wild card. There's a strike to Eric Hosmer. So now the Royals have 3 teams to pass: Seattle, Los Angeles, and Minnesota.
Man, that was a lean back homer if I've ever seen one. Fell out of the box after he hit it. Haas not real sure about that. Let's see, come on, I'll start my first at bat like that, giving him that pitch away.
That stayed inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Eric Hosmer hit .542 during the homestand. 2 balls, 1 strike. He also had 4 walks. Look out, Joel. You all right?
That's a rip right there. Whoa.
That batting average is the highest of any Central League hitter against his own division, and his OPS is the 2nd highest. That cutter stayed outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Haas is looking locked in right here. His focus is really keen. He's on it.
A leadoff walk. Now that's a big deal for Tomlin, period. That's the 14th walk he's given up in 122 innings. It is the 3rd walk in his last 84 innings against the Royals.
Incredible. But Haas, he just looked super focused. Now he's only hit 195 in his career off Tomlin, but man, he wanted to get on base, and he did. Salvi, on the other hand, has pretty good numbers against Tomlin in his career. But that's the pitch there that he's going to incorporate a lot against some of the free swinging Royals. He likes to spin the curve.
Now he's had a lot of success with Josh Tomlin, hitting .474. And that is not a long list of Royals who have done well against Tomlin. Tomlin's had a successful career against the Royals. He is 10-5. He has thrown 5 complete games in his career. 3 have been against the Royals. And Salvi goes the other way. That's going to roll deep and allow Hosmer to go 1st to 3rd. And the Royals have runners at the corners and nobody out.
Great approach. It's the right thinking. Middle away. They're trying to get away with him. And a little cutter upstairs like that could have been a slider. Cut fastball probably. And he went right with it. Now didn't have quite enough to get to the wall, else it might have scored. Haas froze just for a minute to make sure he didn't get lined out. Didn't want to get doubled up.
So 2 on for Mike Moustakas, who's driven in 81. 1 away from his career high, which he did 2 years ago. And hit hard, but right to Ramirez. So the Indians get 2 outs. The Royals get a run. That puts an end to 29 consecutive scoreless innings for the Royals against the Indians. And they lead 1-0.
They'll take it. Moose all over it. Just couldn't get underneath it. He gets underneath that 3-run homer. Would be nice, but look, they'll take the run.
First things first.
That's right.
Brandon Moss with 2 down, nobody on. Moss did not homer yesterday, but had homered in the 3 games prior to that. He drove in 9 during the homestand, and now Tomlin flips a curve in there, and it's 0-2. 3 home runs, 9 RBIs for Brandon Moss during the homestand. One and 2.
It's always fun to watch a guy who can pitch. Tomlin can raise that eye level up there and then break her down. It's his best to stay out of the middle.
Out over the plate, and Moss goes the other way, and Chisenhall slides and makes a play in left center field. crowd loves that. At least the ones that are here. There's a couple thousand still waiting to get into the ballpark. The Royals lead 1-0.
Moustakas and the Royals doing something that they did not do here at all last month, and that would be score a run. Yes, a double play, but good to be on top of the Cleveland Indians. Joel Goldberg here at Progressive Field, and talking to Mike Moustakas today, we know about the struggles with his knee and how he's been grinding through it. Says he gets to the park about 1:30 every day, may spend 3.5, even 4 hours in and out of the training room. Everything from acupuncture to heat to ice, contrast, you name it, he is doing it. He said some days just feel better, some days feel worse, but he says everybody's hurt right now, whatever it takes. But he admitted to me today that it's definitely affecting his power at the plate, and he feels like over the last couple of days he got a little bit away from an approach that had been helping him out, going opposite field, and we've seen him still produce throughout these knee issues by going opposite field. Said he did some work with Dale Swaim today to get back to that, going opposite field and being productive.
Joel, that's the right remedy to get that power back. For some reason, you see the ball longer and go to the opposite field. Helps you recognize that pitch in. But another thing, too, is players, when they wake up in the morning, this time of year, they can't listen to their body. You got to wait till you get to the ballpark and get out there and start it up, crank it up a little bit, and then let your mind take over and say, I can. Good pitch. Junis looked good against Bruce there. The mind is more powerful than the body, so wait and don't go into the trainer's room and say, oh, I can't go. You just wait until you get out there. And then the adrenaline of the game, the field has healing in it. And you just get out there and take a little BP, and next thing you know, you're ready to go.
Carlos Santana with one out. So far, all of Junis's outs have been on the ground. Inside to Santana. He really did a good job in his start against Minnesota on Saturday of jumping ahead of the hitters. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Royals desperately needed a win on Saturday against Minnesota, and Junis delivered, giving up just 2 runs in 6 1/3. He makes Santana move his feet. And here's what I'm talking about. He faced 26 batters on Saturday. 21 of the 26 got a first pitch strike.
And that's excellent. And it sets up your secondary pitches, and for him, we all know how good his slider is. Pitch on your own terms when you do that.
Royals were shifted over to the right. Junis almost got a glove on it, but Escobar was over on the right side of second base, and a ground ball base hit into center field for Santana. This Hispanic Heritage Month, MLB and the Royals are celebrating the many ways Latinos put an accent on baseball. Share how you put an accent on the game with hashtag Ponle Acento. Yandy Diaz, who is from Cuba, takes low for ball one. Jason Kipnis has been out, so Jose Ramirez is filling in at second base. That's opened up third for Diaz, and it's a ground ball right to Merrifield. Escobar 1, Hosmer 2, and now all 6 of Junis's outs in the first 2 innings have been on the ground.
Beautiful. Roll them up. Save the pitch count. Go ahead, Jake. The third, Progressive Field, first of the 4, and they'll take the double play any day of the week. Now, there's a guy trying to go to the opposite field, but just so happens Whitley's sitting right there, lays it up on the tee for Esky. Roll it over.
A strike to Escobar, who leads off the third. And since the Royals made a McDouble play, McDouble sandwiches are only $1 tomorrow at participating McDonald's in the greater KC, St. Joe, and Lawrence locations. Oh, 2 on Escobar. He appeared to be questioning the first pitch strike called on him. 250. Alcides Escobar.
Wow. That is an outstanding climb he's had. We have a September like this, a 429 average. That's just below lava hot. Like firecracker hot's plenty to get that average up. 250, keep it there. Sorry, I got a little excited.
Little excited.
Yeah. That's why I'm not a play-by-play announcer. People wouldn't be able to handle that.
Now, we give you a couple of innings a year.
Exactly. There they are, the only 2 fans in the ballpark. Esky, though, he's shortening up his swing. He's hitting it where it's pitched. And the main thing is he's not swinging at the pitcher's waste pitches. He's waiting for his. See if he can. Oh.
I think I better zip it. Why not? I'm thinking good things. Way too early.
That's all right.
He's locked in though. He's looking good. He fouled off one, now right side, now one left side. How about right in the middle here?
Lindor backhands, and it's not close. Escobar has an infield single.
Perfect placement.
Left fielder number 4, Alex Jorge.
So leadoff man on for a second straight inning. Of all the impressive numbers during their historic 21-game winning streak, this one just blows me away. They have been behind entering tonight in just 4 of 189 innings.
Dominance.
Chopped foul by Alex Gordon. He's hit safely in 7 of his last 8 and hit .391 during the homestand. One ball, one strike.
Nice on that home run. Went to left field at the K. Big home.
Game tying late in the game.
It was.
Escobar was only about a step off the bag. Hosmer led off the second with a walk, and he scored. And now Escobar leads off the third with a single. Got the call over the inside.
Two strikes, left side of the infield wide open. See if he can get a change up and go with it to the opposite field.
Still 1-2.
74, you really got to wait. Like you say, high as 90, low as 74. That's enough to get a hitter's balance off.
He does go the other way, and maybe just hit it too hard because he got it all the way out to Chisenhall, and that's out number 1.
Too bad, right idea.
Well, the Indians were supposed to have one of the best pitching staffs in the American League. Our Toyota League leaders. We went back to spring training and we showed you these numbers. This wouldn't be a surprise at all. They have a strong starting rotation. They have a strong bullpen, but even into June, the Indians had the highest ERA in the American League. That was one of the biggest surprises of the first half. They had picked it up quite a bit right before the All-Star break, but by the middle of June, they were having big pitching problems.
They were, and there was a lot of talk about World Series hangover, which is legitimate. But man, it's almost like they turn the light switch on, and in this sport, you can't just flip the switch from one day to the next. It's too hard. But that's what they did, basically.
Out to Ramirez. And the Indians turned their second double play of the game. Three come to the plate in the top of the third. Brought to you by the Chevy Silverado, the most dependable, longest-lasting, full-size pickup on the road. Find yours at your local Mid-America Chevy dealer. By the Missouri Lottery. Every ticket played gives back to Missouri schools, so play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. And by Ford, going further so you can. 1-0 Royals. Eric Hosmer scored in the second inning when Mike Moustakas grounded into a double play. Royals have turned to double play. The Indians have already turned 2 double plays. And this is Abraham Almonte leading off the bottom of the third. He's playing in center field. The Indians have not been without injury. They've had to overcome some significant setbacks. Jason Kipnis has been on the disabled list 3 times. Michael Brantley has been out. They just lost Bradley Zimmer to a broken hand, a rookie center fielder. It is 0-2 on Almonte. Our University of Kansas Health System injury report update. Kipnis most recently has been out with a hamstring problem. He had shoulder problems coming out of spring training. That's the second time that he's been on the disabled list because of his right hamstring. And with the problems in the outfield, they're thinking about sending him back to his original college position. He may play center field when he comes back. Almonte hits it up against the wall. And he's into second base to begin the bottom of the third.
Yeah, Terry Francona, he has a lot of talented players and a lot of depth. That's why they haven't missed a beat with all these injuries. Almonte, he looked like he was trying to pull everything. And this changeup that stayed on the outer half, and he stayed true to his earlier swings. Pulled it. By chance, did you see how Zimmer broke his hand? So, you know, we talk about when you slide into first base as a base runner from home plate, yes, just looking for a way to get hurt there. There's so many ways you can get hurt. It's too bad for him.
Ball 1 to Gomes. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but if there ever is a time to slide into first base, it is to avoid a tag if you can get to the outside of first base. Not to get there any quicker.
Yeah. But usually you're going to hook slide. You're going to slide on your booty, on your wallet, whenever the first baseman comes off. Whenever you go head first and you've got your hands exposed with the first baseman spikes and the running, the momentum you have with your speed, you can catch a thumb, a finger, and sure enough, Zimmer got his hand and busted it. Just dangerous, especially the momentum a player has when you're running full speed. He's fast. Look at this. Now he's trying to go away from the tag, but it's just too much. There's the foot there, the left foot almost got him. Davis. There's just too many ways you can get hurt there. And look at how far he went after the bag. That's momentum. That's a lot of speed. And you get stepped on. Finger catches the base. You bust your thumb. There's a lot of ways. Too bad.
1-2 on Gomes. Good slider. That just buckled Gomes. So he's not able to advance Almonte, and there's 1 down.
Good time for his first strikeout. Couldn't advance the runner. Look at it, it's a big breaker. Had a little bit more depth on it. That looked like it has his curveball. Anyway, it locked him up. Slider put away percentage there. Look at those names. We showed them earlier. Look at that. It's amazing. It works. And in this modern game against the power, you must be able to spin it in the lower part of the zone to have success.
First pitch changeup, and had Lindor out in front just enough. So Almonte's at second base with 2 outs, and Lindor is 0 for 2. Well, we've been talking about this all season when Jacob Junis is on the mound, but his poise is beyond his years. And if there was ever a time for him to be nervous, it would be tonight with a packed house going up against a team that's won 21 in a row. The Royals are really in do or die situations with wins at this point. And he is composed, as he always seems to be.
That's a nice number there. It'll show you how composed he is.
Chisenhall, line drive, base hit right field. Almonte is going to be waved home. And Melky Cabrera's throw is way offline, but the Royals get an out. Salvador Perez being aggressive. He stepped in front of home plate, knowing he had to play at second base. The run does count, and the Indians tied at 1.
Jake hanging in there, looking good. But just a reminder, folks, as you enjoy a cold one, look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Athletic play by Salvi. Taking that errant throw from right field on the dead run. He caught it and just fired on the dead run. Put perfect ball right over there to Merrifield or Escobar, whoever was covered. It was a perfect throw. Get him out of the inning.
0-2 on Kane.
You know, Melky wound up and he wanted to give it a heave-ho, but it was a little bit offline, and Escobar is sitting right there and is able to apply the tag. Pulls it up, shows Ted Barrett. Not a bad play by Chisenhall either. With 2 outs, it's okay to take that opportunity to get to second base.
Tied him up. And Lindor throws out Kane, 1 away. Both pitchers have been getting a lot of outs on the ground. Tomlin already has 2 ground ball double plays.
Right fielder, Melky Cabrera.
So here's Melky. He took a called third strike against Tomlin in the first inning. Tomlin used a backdoor cut fastball. We talk about backdoor breaking balls, but he throws his cut fastball quite a bit. It started outside. Melky gave up on it, and it cut over the outside edge. Two and one. So as the Indians have surged to this 21-game winning streak, so has Josh Tomlin in the second half. He has taken off almost 3.5 points off of his ERA in the second half. Only Bartolo Colon has been better. Kyle Gibson is also on that list. That would explain why Minnesota has had a good second half. 2 down in the 4th inning. Well, if you're thinking about next year, it is the 50th year of Royals baseball. Now is the time to renew your season tickets. Season ticket members that renew by November 6th will receive an exclusive Salvador Perez All-Star bobblehead. So renew today by logging on to your My Royals Tickets account at royals.com/mytix, TIX. Hosmer walked leading off the second inning and scored. One ball, one strike.
That's a nice spot for the curve. Away from him and down.
Popped up to the left side. It is Diaz making the play. 3 up, 3 down. '16 Boston Braves. They end the New York Giants' 26-game win streak in 1916. It was the 1935 Cardinals that put an end to the Cubs' 21-game winning streak. And right after the A's beat the Royals to win 20 in a row, it was the Minnesota Twins who put an end to that streak. So the Royals are trying to do the same and join that list tonight. The biggest winning streak they have put an end to was Minnesota's 12-gamer in 1980. I found some fascinating facts about the 1916 New York Giants.
Okay. Baseball history is fascinating.
0-2 on Jose Ramirez. They were the team that won 26 in a row. Number one, that was all on one homestand.
Come on. They played a whole month at home?
There was a tie in there, which I think by today's standards it was more of a suspended game, but back then it was called a tie because they replayed it the next day and the Giants won. 26 Well, with the tie, 27 consecutive games at home.
Nice homestand.
But that Giants team started that season 2-13.
Really? That's an up and down. This guy just finds holes all day long.
So Ramirez is 2 for 2 tonight. So they started 2-13 and then immediately won 17 in a row. A couple of months later, they lost 11 out of 12, and then they won 26 in a row. So you think the Royals were streaky? I mean, that's the Royals on steroids, the 1916 Giants, but a 17-game winning streak and a 26-game winning streak in the same year.
That's crazy.
Did Witt break another belt?
I think he did. Yes, it's 4 now.
At least. Ramirez at first for Edwin Encarnacion. He grounded out to short in the first inning. Ramirez has stolen 15. That is the highest among their active players. Bradley Zimmer had stolen 18, but he's done for the year. Salvi wants his pitch up. Fouled away. All right, back to the Royals. So that Minnesota 12-game winning streak back in 1980. Our sprint trivia question: who was the winning pitcher when the Royals snapped the Twins' winning streak in 1980? Ned Yost. No. But why are they showing that? Melky Cabrera is there. Encarnacion is 0 for 2. Well, the 1980 Royals went to the World Series and lost to the Phillies.
How about Split?
Was it Paul Splittorff? It was not Paul Splittorff. Jay Bruce grounded out to first in the second inning. Was it Larry Gura? It was not Larry Gura. Was it Dennis Leonard? That away, Leo.
You got it. Stay hot, Leo.
Oh, 0-1 on Bruce. The last time the Royals were here, and the series before that at Kauffman Stadium, Jay Bruce was on a tear since coming over in the trade with the Mets, but he has since cooled off. No balls, 2 strikes. He has hit 5 home runs and he's driven in 18 since that trade a little over a month ago.
Still having a good season, and he's got a nice swing. His bat stays level through the zone a long time, and he's got pop to all fields, mainly pull. Junis and Salvi are working him away. I don't blame him. But again, once he's ahead of a hitter here, that's just important. Continue to stay ahead. Get those early count strikes.
Drilled to center field. Kane is there. 2 down.
Junis doing a nice job tonight with Salvador Perez. Pitch sequence here to a powerful left-handed hitter. Staying away from him. You see that away. Make him try to hook it, and that got him at the top of the zone. 91. Out of the zone by a few inches. I told you earlier, in this streak, innings 1 through 3, the Indians have outscored their opponents 68-13. Not tonight. Jake Junis is hitting his spots, using his defense.
That's the second time he's come high and tight on Santana. Santana ended up hitting a ground ball base hit into center field in the second inning. I mentioned this when Junis pitched on Saturday against Minnesota, but Royals pitching coach Dave Island was saying when you have a young pitcher with poise already, there are many things that you can do with him to get him to the next level quicker. Because with a lot of guys, you can work in the bullpen, you can work on the side, you can talk about pitching, you can go over scouting reports. But if he can't pull it together once he's on the mound, and if he can't hold it together when he's feeling the heat during a big league baseball game, well, a lot of that stuff just goes right out the window.
You're exactly right. Good spot. Most of the time, young pitchers get up here with stuff, and their emotions take them out of games. They can't handle it. Their stuff is good, but they're emotional, too emotional, but not with Jake. This is a very nice thing to see him pitching like a 10-year veteran.
Three and one. .23 home runs, 77 RBIs at the plate. No home runs, 11 RBIs on deck. Off speed on 3 and 1. Santana took a big rip, and he was out in front.
So what you're saying right here, there's no need to try to make a good pitch on this guy here. Especially you got 2 outs. Santana, he can hurt you. Missouri Lottery showed you trying to stay out of the zone on him.
Salvi's just reminding Junis that Hosmer is not holding Ramirez so that Junis doesn't turn and throw over there. Ramirez runs, and it's lined back into center field. Escobar's going to throw to first, and that was a lot closer than it should have been. Santana may have slowed down, not expecting Escobar to even make a throw. And the Indians have runners at first and second with 2 down.
Yep. Santana hit it almost exactly where he got his first base hit. Escobar saved at least Ramirez to going to third base on that. Nice play, man. You know what? Make a play like that really help you. Even though they didn't get it out. Now, if Junis bounces one up there and has a wild pitch or something, they can't score. So that's a good play there, and hopefully it'll work with 2 outs here.
Diaz grounded into a double play in the second inning. Fastball sinks low, ball 1. Tuno. And now 3-0 on Diaz with Almonte on deck. Ramirez single to open the inning, then 2 fly ball outs, and then a single from Carlos Santana. And Diaz swinging 3-0.
A lot of confidence Terry Francona has in all of his players. Doesn't matter where they hit in the lineup.
Terry Francona is going for his 14th consecutive winning season, if you count his time with the Red Sox and now the Indians. Twice he has been the American League Manager of the Year with the Indians, 2013 and last year. And he got a ground ball. Escobar slipped, but still gets the throw off and hooks up with Merrifield for the force on Santana. So Junis, after falling behind 3-0, gets a ground out from Diaz, and the Indians are scoreless. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by Thoroughbred Ford, every day there's a great deal waiting for you at Thoroughbred Ford. Not many people out on the streets because they are here tonight. And now Terry Francona has put Greg Allen into the game in center field. And Abraham Almonte, who was in center field, fields that base hit from Salvador Perez. He has shifted over to left, so that means Lonnie Chisenhall is out. Allen in center, Almonte in left. So Allen will bat in the number 2 spot. Salvador Perez is 2 for 2 tonight.
Allen's a good center fielder, excellent speed. Like I said earlier, the Indians continue to keep coming up with excellent players and good depth they have.
Strike one on Mike Moustakas. He grounded into a double play in the second inning, and that produced a run. Got Hosmer in from third. Oh, 0-2.
Look like a cutter. It's a good effective pitch. It doesn't break much, but just enough to get underneath the bat. And he knows where he's putting it. Excellent pitcher, good command, great command.
And that is off the front of the Royals dugout. That is Tomlin's second strikeout. Royals and Indians continue the series on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Tomorrow, we're back here on Fox Sports Kansas City. The Saturday game is on FS1. Justin Kutcher and Eric Karros will call it. And then back here on Fox Sports Kansas City on Sunday. Of course, you can stream all of the games on Fox Sports Go. Brandon Moss lined out to Chisenhall in left field in the second inning.
That's a nice swing, too. Moss just has 2 hits in 11 at-bats against Tomlin. One of those a homer.
Pitched him away, and it's 0-2.
Looked like a well-placed changeup. That ball moves away, stays down.
Line to right field, that's deep. That'll get Salvador Perez to third, but played well by Jay Bruce. And Brandon Moss has to hold with a single.
Trying to work him down away early in the count, and this is why you do. You come upstairs like that, anywhere up, you're taking a chance, especially with a power hitter. Moss missed a homer by an eighth of an inch, maybe a quarter of an inch. He gets under that. So good swing. First and third. Chance for Eske, who is hitting 300 on the nose with a runner in scoring position, to get that run home.
So he's up over 250 for the year. Tomlin's hoping for a ground ball. Cutter for strike one. This has something to do with his ERA that is over 5 this year, not pitching well with runners in scoring position.
Get him. Eske missed a good first pitch. It's right out of the middle.
Almost got him on the hands. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tomlin already has 2 ground ball double plays. He got Moustakas in the second, Merrifield in the third.
Can't happen here. Look for something up, elevate it. Sack fly or better.
2-1.
Tomlin, good sinking action to his fastball. Cutter, cuts. He's got 3 variations with it, along with his 4-seam.
That pitch stayed up. A slow breaking ball, and Escobar swung so hard he lost his balance.
Came out of his shoes. When you see a hanger starts out eye height, sometimes you'll put a swing on it like that.
Him out with a cutter away. So best case scenario for Tomlin was to get a strikeout or a ground ball double play. And now first and third with 2 down.
Executed the hanging curve, got Eske in pull mode. And then he pulled off of that one on the outside part of the plate. Good spot.
Alex lined out to left his first time up. And the Indians continue to give him the left side of the infield. Blocked by Gomes. Gomes now goes out in front of home plate, and he goes through defensive signs. This typically is when you would try a double steal, not the first inning like the Royals or Whit Merrifield tried to come down from third in the first inning. It's usually with 2 outs, trying to catch the defense off guard. And Gomes was thinking, well, if they try it, I want the infield to know where I'm going to throw. 2-0. And now Santana yells over at Tomlin and tells him, I'm going to play behind Moss. There's always communication going on the infield.
No doubt about it. You have to be looking around too. It's important. And you know, with a left-handed hitter, 2 outs up there, why would you want to hold on Moss? It's really not a stolen base threat, so it gives Santana more room at first, more range. Time for a little roller right at where the shortstop typically plays.
Foul tip. 2-2.
Obviously, they are working Alex in.
Still 2-2. Well, people with the Indians were telling us before the game tonight that the series with the Tigers felt like it was the playoffs, and they would know because they were just in the playoffs last year. And now here's a sellout crowd standing and cheering in a 1-1 tie in the 5th inning. Salvador Perez opened the inning with a single. Tomlin struck out Moustakas. Moss singled off the right field wall, and then Tomlin struck out Escobar. Breaking ball got him. Tomlin ends up striking out the side, and the Royals strand 2.
rider for sure. Jake Junis going 5 strong innings is looking good. He's trusting his fastball, showing good fastball command, getting ahead of most hitters all night long. He induced a nice little double play, ground ball double play. His 3rd so far coming into this game at 74 2/3 innings. He's eating them up. That's going to save his pitch count, making pitches when he has to with runners in scoring position. He's looking really good against the hottest team on the planet.
He's given up 1 run in his 4 innings. He has not walked anyone, which is typical Jacob Junis, even though he fell behind 1 hitter 3-0. Almonte standing at the plate. He doubled leading off the 3rd inning and scored the Indians' run on a base hit by Chisenhall, who has since come out of the game. You're saying one of the hottest teams on the planet. It seems strange to say this, but you can refer to the Indians. They're one of the hottest teams in the history of baseball.
Right.
A lot of outs on the ground for Junis, and there's 1 away in the 5th inning.
Hey folks, help support Team Up for Down Syndrome, an organization dedicated to empowering those with special needs so they can reach their full potential. Purchase a special day at the K theme ticket today for October 1st. Each theme ticket includes a $5 donation to Team Up for Down Syndrome, as well as a special day at the K t-shirt. Get your theme ticket at royals.com/theme tickets. Look forward to seeing you there. Last game of the season.
Junis struck out Yan Gomes in the 3rd inning, and now he gets a pop-up off of first, and Hosmer's running out of room, but he's got it.
Very nice. Haas knows exactly where he is at all times. Looked down once. Fans were very courteous here at Progressive Field and backed off. Look at the ground ball outs. He'll take them any way he can get them. Excellent command. He's been really locating his fastball well.
Ball 1 to Lindor. You and Jennifer have been hosting events like the one on October 1st, going back to your days in Southern California.
Yeah, you know, we've been blessed, Rhino, for 20 years to have a little boy with UP syndrome, because he's a grown young man now. And when I say UP syndrome, people like that have unconditional love, and it's been a total blessing, and we want to share them with others. That's the whole thing by that. We need to try to do whole little fundraisers, and this thing that the Royals have been getting involved with, this is Fox Sports Kansas City, has helped the families be able to come out to a Royals baseball game and enjoy a little downtime with their special needs children. So we support all special needs, not just Down syndrome. And I call UP syndrome.
Because he just lifts you up.
And all of those kids do, those people, the young people that have that extra chromosome, it gives them a little love, an extra love chromosome that the rest of us don't have, but probably could use one. They're unconditional lovers. It's so much fun to be around them. Junis, in the meantime, look at him ahead again. Nice, executing out of the strike zone.
Ouch. And Junis, we mentioned, is composed and doesn't show much emotion on the mound, but I think I saw a grin, and then he covered his mouth with his glove.
Yeah.
Two and two. There's been a lot of guys this year who have gotten hurt getting hit by their own foul balls.
Yeah.
A couple of guys fouling balls off of their face.
Yep.
Wilmer Flores, who made the last out when the Royals won the World Series, he broke his nose with a foul ball off of his face.
Typically, when you do that, it's a pitch that's not a strike. You don't see guys topping balls into themselves and pitches out over the middle of the plate. Good job here. Keep it out of the middle.
Kid with the Astros, infielder named Colin Moran, who is playing in his second big league game. Had to be hospitalized with facial fractures. He fouled a ball off his own face.
Oh, it's terrible. Look at Salvi moving around there like a cat. And Lindor, he's just battling here. He's trying to put it in play. And when you have that kind of speed, you can do that and still get some hits, especially if you top him in the infield. Special young player here.
Chopped out to Merrifield, and it's another ground ball out for Jake Junis. He has given up 1 run in 5 innings. The Indians go down in order in the bottom of the 5th. Rhys Hoskins, what kind of a career is he going to have? Well, he's had a great start. That is 18 home runs in his first 34 games, 10 of which have come with 2 strikes. So in what has been an otherwise miserable year for the Phillies, they have the worst record in the major leagues. That's something to look forward to in 2018.
He don't miss. And if the pitcher does with 2 strikes, he's on him.
Brad Backmeyer from Elmwood, Nebraska is our Sonic Slam inning contestant. Witt drives it deep to right field, and Jay Bruce, leaping at the wall, is not able to glove it. And Witt's at second base with nobody out. He's 1 for 3.
Nice drive. Haven't seen Whitley go to right field with authority since early in the season, but he'll take that 30th double. Good swing there. He got a lot of it. Jay Bruce just ran out of room. Like he got to it, but just couldn't glove it. Now let's see if with nobody out, a runner at second base, the Royals can manufacture. Get him on, get him over, get him in. Big important at bat here for Lorenzo Cain to move it. Now you don't necessarily, as you see the numbers with runners in scoring position are good, you don't necessarily have to get him over and in with a base hit to right field or a hit to right field. You can pull it too, but just hope that nobody catches it.
Throw to third. Out. Wow. Well, we love to talk about how good Salvador Perez is at picking up the ball off the ground and making a quick, accurate throw. How about Yan Gomes?
I mean, just a quick little shuffle of the feet. Looked like his mitt, his oven mitt, got stuck on the ground here. Watch his slide. Watch Merrifield. He's going to try to slide in that, or then maybe he was just trying to take it away and he got him. Too bad.
So now it's a runner at first with one out. He didn't go immediately, and from his position it's hard to see how far the ball is away from home plate.
Well, man, then you tell yourself if you don't get the jump to go, there's nobody out. Again, like as yesterday, there's no need to try to force the issue with nobody out. And Whitley, these guys are trying hard, or sometimes they're trying too hard. Watch the reaction from Whitley. Okay, contact there hasn't gone now, and that gives Gomes, if he's accurate with the throw, time to get him. A nice tag over there by Diaz, and a big play for Cleveland.
Old foul by Melky Cabrera. He's 0 for 2. And he played like that. Played that play like he was a middle infielder. Yan Gomes.
Sure did. He didn't throw off balance like we saw Salvi do to throw out a runner tonight, but he shuffled his feet quickly and got him underneath him and threw it. Made a nice, hard, accurate throw. Got to credit Yan Gomes.
One and two. Because there's some risk involved there. I mean, if Gomes throws late, now you have first and third and nobody out. And if you're from the Cleveland side, you're going, why don't you just take the sure out there? Why are you trying to force it at third base?
It's amazing how if it works, it's great. If it doesn't, it's terrible.
Two and two on Melky.
Let's take another look at it here. Watch Gomes shuffle his feet. He's coming hard. He takes his mask off. Watch him shuffle the feet real quick to get underneath, get his body underneath him, and then that's how he's able to give a good, accurate, hard throw, by getting his feet underneath him so he has a good throwing base instead of throwing it off balance.
Melky just got a piece of it, and it's still 2 and 2. Tomlin has thrown 75 pitches in 5 1/3 innings.
You know that Cleveland missed Yan Gomes in big time last year. Now he was active and he was eligible to play in postseason, but the backup Roberto Perez was dealing. He was playing as well too, so they couldn't just pull him out of there. But now that Gomes is back in there, they feel like they're at full strength back there.
Out to Santana, and he goes down to second base on a close play. So the Indians are not only playing well on defense, they are playing aggressively on defense. And that right there was a risky throw down to second base.
Could have hit Lorenzo Cain in the back. Ball could have skidded away. But, you know, when you're going like they're going, you just play. You play the game and you don't worry about making mistakes. And that's when you play at your best. React and execute.
So Mickey Callaway's out there, and there's a reason why he's checking on Josh Tomlin. Tomlin's last start was against Baltimore on Friday. He threw 78 pitches. That was his 5th consecutive start where he's gone fewer than 80 pitches. So even in today's conservative era, you're thinking, well, why is he checking on his pitcher? He's given up 1 run. He's only thrown 76 pitches, but his red flag number isn't 100 like most starters. It's 80.
And that's how Francona is able to conserve the starting rotation when you have a bullpen like his. It's like the Royals did in their championship run. 6-inning game for a starter. Bring in the pin. Haas has a chance here to make a dent in him, and I think Mickey Callaway was also talking about Haas, and make sure you don't give him any cookies. Callaway, he looks like he could pitch today.
(2-0) on Hosmer. He walked in the 2nd inning and scored the Royals run on a double play, and he's popped out to 3rd. Up the left field line, Almonte slides, and that is a fair ball. And here comes Melky Cabrera around 3rd. The Royals take the lead. That's a double and an RBI for Eric Hosmer. And did Almonte need to slide for that ball?
And if he did, he slid too early, too soon. I don't know if he needed to or not. I think the ball was tailing off the left-handed batter's bat. It's going to go towards the stands, and I think he was counting too much of that to tail, but he started his slide, and I knew once he started it too soon, see, you're going to have a tough time judging it, making the play like there, and sure enough, must have hit him. Let's see. Yeah, that's a fair ball.
So Tomlin's out. And it'll be Joe Smith on to face Salvador Perez and a Chevy call to the bullpen. Second base with 2 down in the 6th inning. Unleash your creativity with a Paint at the Park theme ticket. Purchase this theme ticket for September 28th and take part in a pregame paint class in our Hall of Fame pavilion led by Pino's Palette. Did I say that right? Each theme ticket includes a complimentary beverage and your seat to watch the Royals take on the Tigers. Space is limited, so get your spot today at royals.com/theme tickets. Joe Smith comes on to get Salvador Perez with Eric Hosmer at second base. 2 down, 6th inning.
Sinker, slider, sidewinder. He's the Indians' version of Peter Moylan.
Back with the Indians for a second time. They reacquired him in a trade with the Blue Jays this year. Foul outside of third. They have the lowest bullpen ERA in the major leagues. They have the fewest blown saves in the American League. This is not a save situation, but still, here we are in the middle of September. And the Indians have 9 blown saves. Smith strikes out Perez on 3 pitches, but Eric Hosmer hits a bloop double up the left field line and scores Melky Cabrera to give the Royals the lead.
Yeah, that's right. They're going to break their streak if they can, but we'll take a game break. Folks, let's go out to Arlington, Texas. Man, oh man, that Seager guy, he's a tough out, and he can hit them deep. Impressive now. He's got the Mariners up 2-1 there in Arlington, and it's going to be a nail-biting rest of the season, no doubt, for a lot of teams.
Minnesota and Toronto, they're in the bottom of the 3rd. The Angels will be at home again against Houston. $16 games to go after tonight. Jacob Junis has held the Indians to 1 run on 6 hits. This is Greg Allen, a September call-up, and he took over in center field in the 5th inning. He is batting in Chisenhall's spot, the number 2 spot. He's a switch hitter. Chisenhall had tightness in his right calf, so for precautionary reasons he was taken out. Got the call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is the 22nd at bat for Greg Allen.
Ooh. Thank you.
Allen is out of the Indians farm system, taken in the 6th round 3 years ago out of San Diego State.
He's got excellent speed. Stole 24 bases. Excuse me, 21 this year in Akron. That's AA.
Three and two. Allen, Ramirez, and Encarnacion. Will pop up, and Moustakas goes into foul ground for the first out. The Red Cross depends on financial donations to be able to provide disaster relief immediately. Help people affected by Hurricanes Harvey and Irma by visiting redcross.org or texting the word Red Cross to 90999 to make a $10 donation. Jose Ramirez with one out. He has two singles. He is single to center, and he is single to right. And now Mike Minor warms up in the Royals bullpen. One and one. This is just the second time during the Indians' 21-game winning streak where they have trailed this late in the game. Second time. Second time in 22 games. 21-game winning streak plus tonight where they have trailed in the 6th inning or later.
And that's just another amazing number during Terry Francona's streak here. It's just as many teams as they faced, you'd think they would come up against an ace that had his great stuff. And when a pitcher has good stuff, bullpen is on, you don't hit it. So another incredible run. And Brad Mills, his longtime friend and bench coach, have done an excellent job managing these players.
They go back to college together, don't they?
They sure do.
And this has been a trademark of the Indians under Terry Francona, what they have done in the second half. They have the best record in the American League in the second half since Terry Francona took over in 2013. They have the lowest ERA in the second half. Only the Dodgers have had a better record. Ramirez walks with one out. That's the first walk given up by Junis, and it's the third time that Ramirez has been on tonight. Junis has had 94 pitches. Ned Yost, he needs innings. He needs a starter to go 6, maybe 7. And right now, he's just hoping Junis can get through 6.
Which is an excellent start for a Royal starter here in this month of September. Down the stretch. Hang in there. Put him in the lane, something down low, make him hit it at somebody. Just like that would have been nice.
Ned Yost has used his bullpen this month more than any other major league manager. Two on Encarnacion. He is grounded out to short and flied out to right.
And grounded into a team leading 17 double plays. 0-2, Junis ahead in the count. See if you can make him miss down and out of the zone. He hits one on the ground to Moose.
If he does, Mike Moustakas is going to have to go back to his high school football days. Like he's hitting a receiver going to second base. Ramirez runs, and he got a really good jump. Did he overslide? He did. He had the base stolen, and then he went too far.
Oh man, that's a huge break. Especially with a power hitter like Encarnacion, with a chance of one swing to put 2 on the board. Whitley, get the tag and put it on him, keep it on him, sure enough.
Now Ramirez reacted in frustration And because of replay today, our first reaction, or at least my first reaction, is okay, he thought he was safe. He thought the umpire missed a call. I think he's angry because he felt like Witt's glove knocked him off the bag.
Yep, I think you're right.
Terry Francona's out there asking if that's something that can be reviewable. And now John Tumpane is going to talk to Ted Barrett, who made the call at second base, and Barrett is also the crew chief.
No. You want Ted Barrett wants to talk to Francona.
Runner being pushed off the base is not reviewable, but they're going to look at it. I would think that would fall into runner pushed off the base.
Yeah, but the argument would be, did Ramirez's momentum on the slide carry him off the base, and Witt just put the tag on him, and his momentum would have taken it off.
Well, either way.
Okay, watch it here. Now he started late. That's a late slide, so his momentum's still carrying him around. And Witt just put the tag on him there. Looked like he could have knocked it off a little bit, but I don't know if he was on the base. Let's see.
Yeah, he's out, and I think it's just because of the rule. Among the non-reviewable plays, a runner being pushed off the base.
And you know, Francona was a good baseball player in his day. He was a Golden Spikes Award winner in college. That's the best, the highest, you know. And so did he flagrantly push him off? I don't think he did.
Even if he did, it's not reviewable.
Right.
And that's painful, that out at second base. And the crowd is livid, feeling like they just had a run taken away from them, and Encarnacion is on with 2 outs. I guess what you could argue, and it doesn't apply here, is if Ramirez was safe and then he was pushed off as if the play was over, but the play was not over. Ted Barrett was waiting for the play to finish, and when Ramirez came off the bag, he called him out. 98 pitches for Junis. Jay Bruce, left-hand batter, is coming up, and Ed Yost will make a Chevy call to the bullpen and bring on lefty Mike Minor. Shaking his head and frustrated that he didn't get through the 6th inning. But I think Dave Island is happy with what the 23-year-old did today. 24-year-old did today. Royals lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. You can watch the drive to the pennant with MLB.tv. Catch every out-of-market game live at home, in the office, or on the go. MLB.tv every night, every device. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
Okay.
Well, you take 5 2/3 from Junis, giving up just 1 run so far tonight.
In a heartbeat.
So Minor in there against Jay Bruce. He was 0 for 2 against Junis.
This is obviously the hottest team in baseball. In the first 3 innings during this streak, they outscored their opponents 68-13. I'll say Junis did one heck of a job. Fastball slider change. Good velocity on his fastball. Typical here, you're not going to have as high an average against southpaws if you're a left-handed batter. It's typical, but he's dangerous.
They've had quite a bit of experience with one another. Mike Minor has held him to 1 for 10, and he struck him out half the time. But he's 3-0 here. 3-1. Right by him with a fastball at 96.
Good stuff. Stay with it.
And a walk. So Bruce had some trouble with lefties. Mike Minor has been great against lefties. That is 5th in the American League. Lowest opponent's batting average against left-hand hitters, but Jay Bruce is on with a walk. And the Indians have 2 on for Carlos Santana.
Yeah, went 2-0. Couldn't get back into the count. And he got back into it, but just couldn't execute.
Two on, very little speed on the bases. So a base hit to the outfield is not an automatic run. Slider in for strike 1. Santana hasn't seen as much of Mike Minor as Jay Bruce had, but he's had trouble.
Beautiful.
Slider over the outside, fastball over the inside.
Yep, Minor looking effortless. Right down to the strike zone. Perfect spot. Waste one, nothing too good.
One and 2. Good spot. And he ran it up there to 97. So he had Santana thinking away. And he busted him inside with some heat.
Put him on his heels a little bit. That's for certain. That'll get your attention.
with a couple of slow runners on the bases. This is a big advantage to get the runners going. Grounded out to Moustakas. In the dirt, and Hosmer saved him. So the caught stealing was huge. And Jake Junis allows just 1 run in 5 2/3 innings. Brought to you by Jeep. Hurry in for great deals during the Jeep Celebration event. It only happens once a year. And by Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less.
Mike Minor, I'll tell you what, holding on here. Royals looking pretty good in a playoff atmosphere here at Progressive Field. Pitch by pitch against a dangerous hitter, Santana. Wanting to jam him, staying away too at times, because if you miss in the middle, he'll let you know. He's switch hitter and powerful from both sides. Look at the 95 in. Got it done there with some 90. Moose backing up. Stayed with it. Haas. Ooh, nice short hop pick. Nice to have a Gold Glover to throw it to.
Andrew Miller is back from the disabled list tonight. He was on the DL twice in August. He had problems with his right knee. That is his landing leg. Gomes to the screen and just runs out of room. And you should have heard the roar when Andrew Miller came out of the bullpen in right field. Fans know, after watching what he did last year in the postseason, and well aware of the fact that he's been on the disabled list twice recently, they know if the Indians want to go deep into the postseason this year, they're going to need Andrew Miller.
Yeah, and especially having a knee issue, that's even worse than an arm issue. Because if you're going to pitch with a sore knee, it's going to affect your arm in some other place in your body, and you're going to injure yourself again. So they got him right out of there. He's got excellent stuff.
Moustakas gets jammed, but gets it out into shallow right field. And the Royals, for the 5th time in 7 innings, have their leadoff man on.
Can't hit it through him, hit it over him.
Number
That shift. Miller, he can jam anyone. He's got 94 to 96, 97 miles an hour. Fastball, cutter, curve, change. He's got all kinds of stuff. Not to mention, at 6'7", the arms and legs he flings at you.
Moss is almost drilled by a slider. Tyler Olson, another lefty, and Nick Goody, a righty, are warming up in the bullpen. One and one on Moss. Moss probably telling the home plate umpire John Tumpane, you can call that a strike, but how the heck am I going to hit that?
Yeah, and John, did you know what I hit against lefties? Look, I'm a lot better. You can't give a guy like that a pitch. Miller doesn't need help. And the reason Moss is better against lefties is because he's really telling himself about that right shoulder. Keep it tucked, keep it in. But against that breaking ball, man, I don't know. Ooh.
One out in the seventh.
See those pitches? Well, one of them was called.
Shortstop Alcides Escobar.
Last one was a little bit too much borderline, too much to the plate, but maybe Esky can pick him up here.
Here's the 2015 American League Championship Series MVP against the 2016 American League Championship Series MVP, both against the Blue Jays. Shallow center field, and that's down for a hit. Moustakas will stop at second, and Escobar has two more hits.
Jam shot there. Didn't get the barrel, but just enough to drop it right in front of Gary Allen. Excuse me, Greg Allen.
I don't know if there's ever a bad inning for Andrew Miller, but this sets up nicely for him with 3 of the 4 batters being left-handed. Moustakas, Moss, and now Gordon. Out to Ramirez, he backhands, and the Indians turn their 3rd double play of the night. 7th inning in Cleveland. You can show your support for our boys in blue and Royals charities as you drive around town with a personalized Royals license plate. Reserve your customized Royals plate with a $35 donation to Royals charities. This offer is only for Missouri residents. To register, visit royals.com/license plates. Mike Minor stays on. Yandy Diaz takes ball one. Minor got the final out of the 6th for Junis. After walking Jay Bruce, Minor got Carlos Santana to ground out and end the inning. Two and 0. Three balls and no strikes.
Oh man, Minor, he's just nibbling a little bit too much. Now he likes to come inside on righties, but can't afford to give anybody any free passes here. Not just anybody. This is the Cleveland Indians, and you can't give them any light here in front of their crowd.
Three and one. Didn't hit the target, but it was still in the strike zone. And now it's 3 and 2.
No way to get back in it here. You can put it in play.
Geyer on deck will be a pinch hitter for Almonte, and then Gomes. Strike three, got him looking, and Minor comes all the way back from 3 and 0.
Oh man, that's perfect.
Way to dissect him. Oh, what Diaz was thinking there, that pitch is right down the middle and down. It's perfect location.
And now Geyer, who is the equivalent of a pitching left-hand specialist. He comes in against lefties. He stands very close to the plate and is usually among the league leaders in being hit by a pitch. This year he's been drilled 8 times. 1 and 1. He's been hit 63 times since the beginning of 2015. That's the most in the American League. Two and 1.
Doesn't wear an elbow pad. I respect that.
And Minor falls behind 3 and 1. No damage yet, but Minor came on and he walked Jay Bruce in the 6th. Then he had a long battle with Santana and got a ground ball. 3 and 0 on Diaz and came back to strike him out. And now 3 and 1 to Geyer. And that pop up is going to reach the seats. 3 and 2. Shallow center. Escobar wants it. He's got it.
Jam shot. Way to get back in it. Minor executing when he needs to.
Catcher number 7,
Gomes was 0 for 2 against Junis. Jacob Junis went 5 2/3 innings and gave up 1 run. Fastball away is cut on and missed. So Minor looking good tonight. Not getting ahead in the count like he'd like to, but his fastball's been 95 to 97.
Yeah, and it's all about getting outs anyway. Just having some fans on the edge of their seat here. Royals fans. Mike Minor's done an outstanding job this year. They weren't sure exactly what they were going to get from the lefty. Hadn't pitched much in 2 years. Didn't know how he'd hold up. He's held up just fine. He's only had one little downtime, and that was right after the break, and then picked it right back up. It's been very consistent. Oh, beauty.
3 up, 3 down with 2 strikeouts. Mike Minor gets the game to the 8th inning with the Royals leading 2-1.
Outstanding. Whew. That's a yacker. Earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. How about Haas? Now, when it left the bat, he wasn't happy, but it ends up being his 29th double and 86th RBI. Thanks to Almonte, kind of butchered that a little bit, but hey, it happens. Made him run for it. There you go. That's the difference right there. Gave the Royals a 1-run lead. Here we go. Let's see if we can continue to shut them down.
Both starters went 5 2/3. Tomlin gave up 2. Jacob Junis gave up 1. Geyer stays in and he'll be in left field. He was pinch hitting for Almonte, and now Nick Goody, a righty, will get the Royals in the top of the 8th.
Okay, Nick Goody, 51st appearance here coming in. Nice opponent average. Strikeouts, 69, 50 2/3. Tells me he's good. He's got a good fastball, slider combination.
I think he's Goody,
Yeah.
which is a little better than good.
Goody is right. Now Whitley, he's going to try to get on base here any way he can. Has skills to get on with a bunt. Of course, Diaz playing him in at third. Pretty much straight up the way the Indians are playing Whitley.
Line to left field, so Geyer is tested right away, and he's there. It's only the 3rd time tonight that the Royals have not had their leadoff man on. They had the leadoff man on in the 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Center fielder Lorenzo King.
And that leadoff man has scored only once Now, in one of the other innings, the leadoff man didn't score, but the Royals did score a run.
Whitley was all over that. Line shot, bad luck.
Lorenzo Cain is 0 for 3. Last time he came up, Merrifield was at second base after a leadoff double. And then Lorenzo, kind of like a swinging bunt, just tried to put the ball in play and get Merrifield to third. But he just tapped it out in front of the plate. And Yan Gomes made a good play, picking it up with his bare hand and throwing out Merrifield. But the Royals still got a run in that inning on Hosmer's double.
It's play of the game for Cleveland.
Two and one. Ryan Buchter is warming up in the Royals bullpen. The Indians have 3 switch hitters coming up: Lindor, Allen, and Ramirez. So the Royals want those 3 guys to bat right-handed. Two and two. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gomes is telling Nick Goody to shake off a couple of signs, trying to get in Cain's head. And a slider is hit in the air to left center field. Allen wants it, and he's got it. There are 2 outs. If you can't catch a Royals game on TV, you can stream the games live on your mobile device. Download the Fox Sports Go app, log in, and stream the Royals. Melky Cabrera is coming up, and Terry Francona will make a pitching change. It'll be the lefty Tyler Olson. The Indians' 21-game winning streak. Melky Cabrera will come up with 2 outs and nobody on. The Royals will be here for 4. Jason Vargas and Trevor Bauer will pitch tomorrow night. Saturday, that game is on FS1, and that's Jason Hamill and Carlos Carrasco. The Royals have not announced officially who will pitch on Sunday, but we do know that Corey Kluber, 16-4, will pitch for the Indians, and this is Tyler Olson with 2 down to pitch to Melky Cabrera.
Oh, really? Way too many zeros there. Good for him. 4-pitch mix, cutter with his fastball, slider, curve change. Rookie's done well this year. I mean, he's filled in for when Miller was out. This young man and Dan Otero picked up the slack, and that's exactly what Francona's been getting for all of his injured players that have gone down. Guys stepping up, filling in, executing for the injured player. Good movement Tyler Olson possesses.
And a shot is caught at third by Diaz. So 2 hard hit outs, but the Royals go down 1-2-3 in the 8th. Second longest winning streak in the history of Major League Baseball. They already have the American League record with 21, but the Royals lead 2-1 to the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the updated wild card race, and Seattle leads at Texas 5-1. Seattle passed the Royals after the Royals lost to Chicago yesterday. Toronto leads Minnesota. They're in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Angels will be at home against Houston. Ryan Buchter will get the bottom of the 8th and will get the top of the order. 3 switch hitters.
Yep, that's all right. Buchter, he knows what to do with his fastball, slider, cutter combination. Low to mid-90s. Opponents aren't doing much out with him. 193. He's coming, try to hold him down. Hopefully you don't have to see the top and middle of the order again. Get through this inning here if you can. Do the best. Working ahead.
Lindor was 0 for 3 against Junis. That was as a left-hand batter. That's out of play. Lindor has a 7-game hitting streak. And he has an extra base hit in all 7 of those games. That is the longest active extra base hit streak in the major leagues. Lorenzo Cain. One down in the bottom of the 8th. So Jake Junis, 5 2/3, 1 run. Mike Minor, an inning and a third. And now Buchter. One down. We'll get Greg Allen as Brandon Maurer warms up in the Royals bullpen. Allen batted in the 6th inning and fouled out to Moustakas. Delayed call and a strike. We were telling you earlier that with the 21-game winning streak in tonight's game, this is just the 2nd time in the last 22 games that Terry Francona's team has been down this late. So they haven't had many tense games during the win streak. That's inside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, they've been just blowing teams out.
Hit him on the back leg. 3-1. Allen with very good speed is on with 1 out. The Indians, as an offense, they walk more than any team in the American League. And so far, the walks haven't been a problem. Junis walked 1, Minor walked 1, and now Buchter walks 1 with 1 out.
Well, you know that this young man, Greg Allen, can steal bases. We talked about his speed. Stole 53 bases in 2015. In 16, he stole 58. He can run. He'll be going.
Ramirez takes a big rip. 0-1. To have a threatening lead over at first base. It's not a big lead. 1-1.
Buchter mixing a little slide step there, left and high. He can hit. 300 both sides.
Swing there, and it's 1-2. We were talking about him in Detroit during the last road trip. Remember, we were talking about Alex Presley, who's gotten a lot of playing time for the Tigers and was labeled as a 4th outfielder, and is trying to change that label. And that's what this guy did last year, seen as a utility guy, backup guy in the infield, occasional starter.
Yep.
Not anymore. 2-2.
And he got his shot because of an injury to Brantley. He played mostly left field, but he's an infielder by trade, so makes him extremely valuable. It's easier to be an infielder by trade and then go play the outfield than for the outfield to come in and be brilliant in the like he is. Because Ramirez is playing a flawless second base right now while Kipnis is out. He can play short or third every day. You can trust him.
Jammed him and trapped by Moustakas. So no catch, still 2-2.
See, a Booker, you know, with his two secondary pitches is a cutter and a slider. The cutter doesn't break as much as the slider, but it's effective inside just like that last one was. He's grounded into 12 double plays on the season.
Coming back our way. And just above the Indians radio booth where Tom Hamilton was all over it. It just was beyond his reach. It has been a playoff-like atmosphere here tonight.
No doubt about it.
Fans have been standing and cheering since the 5th inning. Into the left field corner. Fair ball. Allen will be held. And Ramirez is perfect tonight. That's his 3rd hit to go along with a walk.
Booker trying to get him out inside. You saw that 91 first pitch. That's up. He's trying, but his main objective is to jam him and get him into a double play. You see why he's trying to come inside there. Got good stuff. Didn't break his bat there. And then here, Ramirez is able to just pull his hands in and keep it fair. Short hops the ball. Now, Booker's going to really do some pitching as they're going to intentionally pass Encarnacion and hope like heck he can get a ground ball double play.
The painful part of this inning so far is the walk to Allen. So they saw each other in the National League. Booker and Bruce. Now Booker and Salvia are going to time it over. Bruce, with the Mets and the Indians combined, has struck out 154 times this year.
See if we can execute a pitch down, hit it at somebody in the infield here. Get out of it.
Popped up on the infield.
That's going to work.
Salvi's got it, 2 down.
Oh, that's the next best thing outside of a roller up double play ball. Salvi's able to get to it with no problem. Moose is coming in after it.
For the Tribe.
And now
Number 41.
Carlos Santana just now came out of the dugout, ran over to the on deck circle, put a little bit of that adhesive stick on the handle, and then comes to the plate. So he was otherwise preoccupied in the Indians dugout. Bases loaded, 2 down.
Might try to do the same thing. Jam him inside like he did Ramirez.
Fastball at 93, and that was the scouting report on Booker when he first came from the Padres. Is it He pitched effectively up with his fastball.
Good pressure situation hitter.
One and one.
Last time up, Santana faced Mike Minor. Similar stuff to Minor and Buchter.
Popped up. Hosmer sprints to his dugout. He's got it. And Ryan Buchter gets around 2 walks and a double to send this game to the 9th inning, with the Royals leading 2-1.
Take charge, Haas. Way to go, Buchter. How about the pin to win?
Through the 8th inning, he had the top of the order. He allowed a 1-out walk, then a double to Ramirez. After an intentional walk to load the bases, he got a foul out from Jay Bruce and a foul out from Carlos Santana. And the Royals lead in the 9th.
Oh, man, is he relieved. Fantastic job. Not easy in the opposing ballpark, period, let alone a team that's won 21 straight, and the house is packed here at Progressive.
Fastball strike to Eric Hosmer. He's the difference right now with 2 down in the 6th inning. He blooped one up the left field line. Abraham Almonte, Hud and I agreed, probably didn't need to slide for it. If he stays on his feet, he makes the catch, but he started his slide about 10 feet before where he needed to, and it dropped for our Ram drive of the game.
You know, he's fortunate that he's able to kick it with his leg and keep it from rolling into the corner down there. That would have given Hosmer a chance to get the third.
Lindor throws back across his body. Hosmer's out to begin the 9th inning.
Yeah, just misjudged it.
Now this is Jorge Bonifacio batting for Salvador Perez.
A pitcher for the Royals, batting for Perez, number 38, Jorge Bonifacio.
Last thing Salvi did in the bottom of the 8th inning on that pop-up from Carlos Santana to end the inning, both he and Eric Hosmer were sprinting to the Royals dugout. Hosmer ended up making the play. Bonifacio takes ball 1. Bonifacio puts a charge into it, but it's foul off to the left field side.
Tyler Olson change up there and got him out in front. Bonifacio 0 for 3 off the bench as a pinch hitter for Ned. Pedro Gaffol, catcher instructor for the Royals, is going over some of the details of the hitters coming up for the Indians.
2 hops to Diaz, 2 down. And it'll be Kelvin Herrera. Look at the lower third. Diaz, Geyer, and Gomes are the scheduled hitters. Mike Moustakas with 2 down and nobody on. Big breaking ball for a strike. Moustakas single to right leading off the 7th inning against Andrew Miller. He is 1 for 3.
Tyler Olson, he's got a rock concert going on. Man, he's dealing. That big curve. Does it again. Good spot. Didn't get it called.
That pitch starts behind the left-hand batter.
I mean, way behind. That is a yellow hammer.
Moustakas stays on that one, but Ramirez, like an extra outfielder, runs it down in shallow right. And that takes us to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Royals are 3 outs away from ending Cleveland's streak.
Stop history. 3 outs to go. Electric atmosphere. Feels like the playoffs here. It's either going to get really loud or really quiet in a little bit. Regardless of the volume, Joel Goldberg, Royals Hall of Famer Jeff Montgomery. We have Boulevard Royals Live coming up. Can they stop the streak, or will it go to 22? And Jacob Junis, impressive once again. One of only 3 starters, guys, during this streak to hold the Indians to 1 run or less. The others, Matthew Boyd and Ronaldo Lopez.
So you got 2 rookies and another guy, Boyd, who's very early in his career. Drew Butera is behind the plate. Bonifacio pinch hit for Salvador Perez in the top of the 9th. So I'm sure that'll be one of the first questions for Ned after the game. And now Kelvin Herrera going for his first save in almost a month. It'll be Diaz. And then a pinch hitter, Tyler Naquin, is on deck. And then Yan Gomes.
Stay firm right there. Right down that middle in town at the knees and make them lift it. Mid to upper 90s fastball upper 80s change, occasional sliders. Working ahead. There you go, use that defense.
Maskey got a nice big hop, 1 down. And now Tyler Naquin. He'll pinch hit for Geyer.
A pinch hitter for the Indians, batting for Geyer. Number 30, Tyler Naquin.
This Indians winning streak began right before the Royals were here last month. The Indians had won the final game of their series preceding their series with the Royals. So the Royals were wins 2, 3, and 4. Naquin takes a strike. Then the Royals returned home for a 3-game homestand. They went on the road for a 6-game road trip. And then they had a 7-game homestand. And the Indians hadn't lost during that entire stretch. And now the Royals are 2 outs away from putting an end to one of the 3 longest winning streaks in the history of baseball. Thank goodness for the netting, the extended netting. That thing was whistled late, and it was coming in low off the bat of Naquin. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Naquin last year didn't just hit his first major league home run against the Royals. He hit his first 3 major league home runs right here in Cleveland in early June. Line foul into a big crowd of 30,874. They have made modifications here over the years, which has reduced the seating, in particular in the upper deck there on the right field side.
Love Herrera. Rearing back and firing that heater in there.
And Naquin gives him credit. He didn't try and pull it. He was just trying to go with it.
Heck yeah, you got to give him credit. Anytime you come off the bench facing a closer, man, that's not easy. But he had some time in there as Herrera had him in swing mode. He went with it. It's a great adjustment on his part now.
And it's going to be Francisco Mejia. He's going to bat for Yan Gomes. This is the Indians' #1 prospect. Spent most of the year in the minor leagues.
Yeah, Dave Island's saying, hey, come on now, let's just go right at him. You got to finish these off. All your other bullpen buddies have been doing a heck of a job tonight. Jake June has started it out 5 2/3. Did a great job. Mike Minor came in, was awesome. Booker got out of some jam, a tough jam he got out of.
While we're talking about streaks, Francisco Mejia in the minor leagues last year had a 50-game hitting streak. 50. 4th longest in minor league history. He's a switch hitter. So Terry Francona wanted a left-hand batter against Herrera. And Mejia takes inside ball 1. He went almost 3 months getting at least 1 base hit from the end of May until the middle of August.
Oh, he can hit.
Right there, he decided to swing before Herrera threw the pitch, and it's 1-1. He is not, like Naquin, trying to get a single to left field.
No, he wants to be a hero here. But, you know, Francona, again, it's a style of management. Given he's empowering everyone on the team, making them feel like they're special.
Chance for 2 if they hurry. Out at second, and no double play. That's about as far as you can go to break up a double play these days. And Naquin is out at second base. Mejia is at first, and now the Indians will go with a pinch runner. So that's a good slide. He went into the bag, and yet he was still able to disrupt Alcides Escobar.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it.
Eric Gonzalez is going to run for Mejia. And now it comes down to Herrera and Francisco Lindor. Fastball for a strike at 95. Lindor not only has a 7-game hitting streak, he has a 7-game extra base hit streak, but he is 0 for 4 tonight. He's done well against Herrera, and that includes a home run.
Make him go to the opposite field. That's right. Butera sitting out there. That's where you want to keep. Make him go that way, just like the pinch hitter Naquin got.
One and two. The last time a team had a winning streak of 20 or more games was the A's in 02. And they won that 20th game against the Royals. And now the Royals are trying to end a 21-game winning streak. Way upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
All fastballs tonight. I don't know if I've seen one changeup. All heaters.
Left field, into the corner. Alex at the wall, and it's over his glove, and the Indians are going to tie the game. And this place is shaking.
Strikes on him just like he wanted. He made him go to the opposite field, but it was elevated enough to where he had to put an easy little swing on it just over the outstretched glove of Alex. Oh man, really?
And now Austin Jackson is going to bat for Greg Allen. Inside to Jackson. Right, a little wrinkle there.
Yeah, and look at him manipulating his forearm again. Moving his forearm, wiggling back and forth. It looked like he was stretching it out a little bit with his glove hand. You see how he's shaking his arm there? Maybe it's coming back. The more pitches he throws, it seems like it irritates him. The longer it goes.
Jackson grounds it sharply to Merrifield. And we will head to extra innings. And the magic continues, at least temporarily, for Cleveland. Down to their last strike, they tie it in the bottom of the 9th. Escobar extended that streak, an 8-game hitting streak with an extra base hit in all 8 games. The inning began with a ground ball to short for an out, and then Tyler Naquin, a pinch hitter, single to left. And then with 2 down, and Eric Gonzalez at first base, Francisco Lindor down in the count, got it just over Alex Gordon's glove, and that tied the game at 2. And now Indians closer Cody Allen will pitch the top of the 10th inning. The Royals have Moss, Escobar, and Gordon.
Drama. Playoff atmosphere, no question about it. The roar of that crowd. You see Naquin staying in, play center field.
Roberto Perez will catch. Naquin stays in center field, and Jackson stays in left.
Cody Allen. Low to mid 90s fastball, power curve. 2-pitch mix.
Fouled away by Moss. He is 1 out of 3. Hard breaking ball, and it's 0-2. The Royals scored first. They got a run in the 2nd inning. That was when Moustakas grounded into a double play. Hosmer scored. The Indians tied it in the 3rd on Chisenhall's single. Now Moss hits it high and deep to right field. That ball continues to carry, and Naquin at the fence, literally with his back up against the fence, makes the play. 1 down in the 10th.
I didn't think it even had a chance, but it carried. There's no wind here at Progressive Field tonight. But Moss is a strong man. And you can see him keeps drifting back and going back and back. Woo. There was a lot of Indian fans here holding their breath.
Royals took the lead in the 6th inning on Hosmer's double, and then the Indians tied it with 2 down in the 9th. Alcides Escobar has 2 hits tonight. One ball, 1 strike.
Bringing back memories, you know, of the old days when this was called Jacobs Field. It was really difficult for the visiting team to get a save when you had the lead just like that. It's bringing back some memories. I remember Troy Percival was a good closer for our team. I was playing with the Angels then, and man, it was the same thing. That's when they had all the record sellout crowds, and it was really hard to beat this team during that time. And this is what it was all about right here, just like it.
That's out of play.
And it seemed like they got Troy Percival almost every time we had the lead. We would blow it.
Escobar goes the other way, and he has a 3-hit game.
Good for him. Going with it. Check it out. He tried to get him with some breaking balls early. But Escobar, he says, nah, I'm not swinging at those anymore. That's a good pitch there, strike. 2 of them. And now once you know, he's going hard, and he went with a breaking ball again. 4 out of the 5 hooks, and he went with it. That's exactly how you are trained to hit a breaking ball. Wait on it, keep your hands inside, shoot it to right.
Fastball high to Alex Gordon. He is 0 for 3 tonight. He is 3 out of 8 with a double and 2 home runs against Cody Allen. Two and 0.
You're thinking about stealing off of Allen. Might just stay tight because he gets that ball home quickly. Perez, the new catcher, has thrown out 40% of runners this year. He's excellent.
Fouled it off of his foot.
Alex with a great effort. I thought for sure if it was going to be staying in the park and it was low enough, he would catch it. Oh, man, just off the end of his glove. Look, you can't get any higher and make a better attempt.
Could you imagine if the streak came to an end on that catch?
Oh, man, that would have been awesome.
Two and 2. That pitch is hard and it breaks late.
Call that a power curve.
$30,874 are here, most of whom are standing. Timeout, and that was requested by Perez. Looking at a fastball. Alex didn't think so. So right after that hard breaking ball the pitch before, Allen nailed the outside edge for the second out.
Could be out. It could have been off the plate. The Indians in the bottom of the 10th have Jose Ramirez, Edwin Encarnacion, and Jay Bruce. Early in the count, look for that heater.
Witt doubled in the 6th inning. He's also lined out to left. 1 for 4.
I mean, he powdered that ball too. Right at him.
Indians outfield in so-called no doubles depth. I mean, they're all right on the edge of the warning track almost.
Whitley splits that gap out there in left center. He got a chance to score Escobar.
One and one. pitches and 1 strike. And now Merrifield's ahead 3-1. Lorenzo Cain is on deck. Grounded up the middle. Lindor is there. He'll flip to Ramirez. And the Royals are scoreless in the top of the 10th. It'll be Ramirez, Encarnacion, and Bruce. Cisco Lindor double. The Royals are 4 games back of Minnesota. Minnesota has taken the lead over Toronto. Seattle leads at Texas, so that's bad news for the Royals so far, and the Angels are just getting started at home against Houston. Brandon Maurer is the 5th Royals pitcher tonight. Junis gave up just 1 run in 5 2/3, and Minor an inning and a third. Buchter a scoreless 8th. Herrera gave up the run in the 9th, and now Maurer.
Fastball, upper 90s. Slider, changeup, stay out of the middle. Execute down. Got a nice slider.
This is Ramirez's 5th plate appearance. He has not made an out. He has 2 singles, a walk, and a double. He still has not made an out. And now he's going to run on Cain, and he is in there.
Wow. That is something. Not content to stay at first base. He doesn't care. I'm attacking. I'm going for 2. You get that out of the box on contact. Locaine got to it. Gets up with it. Throws off. It would have taken a good throw over the base to get him. Didn't have to be perfect, but he took a chance. He gambled in front of this crowd of 30,000. He brought him out of their seat.
Now, usually we'll say he made that decision coming out of the batter's box. At that time, it looked like he made the decision after he made the turn. And that is his major league leading 50th double of the year.
Crazy. Man, I'll tell you what. Playing with his hair on fire.
Fastball right by Encarnacion. He is 1 out of 3 with a single and an intentional walk. He has seen Mauer 3 times before tonight, and he has 2 hits. Up and away, 1-2. The Royals came very close to ending the game on a double play in the 9th inning. Alex Gordon came very close to making a leaping play up against a left field wall in the 9th inning. And the Indians, down to their last strike, tied the game on a Lindor double in the bottom of the 9th, and now they have a runner at second and nobody out in the 10th. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Encarnacion. And that guy just can't take it anymore. Outside at 98. And the count goes from 0-2 to 3-2.
From a wrinkle right here. Keep it down. He'll swing and miss. He didn't.
Did he swing? He did not.
Wow, I thought for sure he'd get a swing on that. That's good discipline because that ball went too far off the plate. It's a good spot. Did he swing? No, like he checked the swing.
Bruce, he is 0 for 3 with a walk. Almost got hit on the leg. Cleveland Indians are 1 run away from the 2nd longest winning streak in the history of the major leagues. Inside 2-0. Mauer's thrown 12 pitches, 5 strikes. Lined up the right field line, and the Cleveland Indians have won 22 consecutive games.
That's the Honda play of the game. Fall behind 2-0. You left him a cookie, and Bruce ain't going to miss it. And neither is this crowd and this team. In fuego.
We'll be right back.